work on those kind of demonstrations there. All right. So guys, okay, please open up your webcam for a while, okay? Only a few minutes, okay, and then we are going to close them back, okay? So see our existing over here, okay? I can see Jing Jing over there. All right. Chong Qian is here over here, okay? Wei okay? Wei Kong, Tian Ren, there, okay? The hair getting longer, there, okay? Wei Cheng Wei. All right, Carmen over here, okay? Janie, right, okay? Shushi, Tai Yan over there, right? Wei Kong, right? Wei right? Shushi, there, right? Okay? Shuzi, there, right? Over here, right? And Brandon, okay? That's Brandon there. All right, good to see you guys there, okay? This morning there, this afternoon there, okay? This afternoon there, right? All right. So the rest of you guys, thank you very much there, okay? For okay, contributing your kind of phase there, okay? To attending these sessions there, right? So now, guys. All right, the thing that we're going to do right now, okay? So you guys can close back again your webcam if you want to, all right? So right now, there, guys, okay, I want you guys to share your screen there, okay? The screen there itself, okay? And we have around half an hour there, okay? Before I'm going to do some demonstrations, and I want to have a live consultations there, okay? Based on your sharing sessions, all right? Before we're going to, what we call that, introduce back again or demonstrate back again, what kind of methods that we are going to require to develop our skills from here, okay, from now on, okay, in order to develop our understanding, to develop our skill by using the tablet, okay. For those basically who doesn't have those tablets, if you don't have those tablets, don't use your mouse to draw. Okay, our main objective here right now is not actually using mouse to draw, right? We're not actually don't want to have that kind of misconceptual kind of understanding, right? Okay? Well, using mouse also we can do some assignment, right? Okay? For other subject, yes, okay. But my subjects, our lesson here right now, we using our hands basically to draw. According to the traditional and digital methods, okay, we apply them back there, okay? This kind of what we call that techniques. If you seem to draw using your mouse, they're not going to be related there, okay? But if you're going to use those mouse basically to apply basically the image manipulations kind of what we call that assignments, exercise, they're going to be a different kind of way there, okay? Because image manipulations, as far as I understand it, okay, they're not related with those drawings there. But you're going to learn about how to use the tools, right, okay, to implement basically your ideas using the tools, the effect that required there, okay, the layers there, okay, the images, right, okay, some of the tricks basically we're going to apply the manipulations there, the photo collage kind of techniques there, okay. But sometimes image manipulation can combine also with drawing styles there, okay. But if you can actually draw using those tablets, if you don't, try not to apply that, because you're going to spoil away basically your kind of main kind of purpose why actually you draw using digital steroid, okay? That's basically, you have to understand that first, okay? The purpose of why we applied them. Not because we just want to submit the assignments only there, okay? Because the purpose of submitting the assignments or the exercise is basically based on the requirement of the technical kind of tools, okay? So, anyone want to share your live screen sessions over here, half an hours? Okay, you guys can share your screen right now. I want to see how actually you guys doing those works. Right, okay, choose from these 3 different photos that I actually have given to you guys there, right, okay? And we are going to use only these 2 different brushes over here. Cal Ultimate Pencil and ink brushes there, okay? You guys can have those kind of brushes, don't have to download them, in your dry media brushes tools and wet media brushes tools over here, okay? Ultimate Pencils. Am I sharing the screen, sir? Yes. Okay. Cal Ultimate Pencils, hard, from dry media brushes on the tool, on the brush tool folders, and also wet media brushes over here, all right? Okay, so if you just look closely how actually I developed that kind of drawings, okay, the line works, how actually I draw basically the nose kind of strokes, okay? I did not actually draw the nose line like this. Okay, never draw the nose line like this one there. Okay, look carefully how actually I develop that kind of drawings, follow them back, and apply using your kind of drawing strokes there. Most of the techniques, most of the methods I already show you guys, okay, generally there, okay, but I'm going to go a bit more further, hopefully there, okay, in details when I actually have seen some of your drawings kind of methods, okay, and submit your drawings that you draw in the half an hour, okay, in our group WhatsApp there, right, in the WhatsApp group there, right. I'll just take it over here where some of your friends from group 2 actually have submit those WhatsApp, those kind of drawings over here, and submit them after you complete in this half an hour or maybe 1 hour there, okay, including your 20-second screen recording videos there, 20 to 30 seconds. I want to see how you move your hands while you draw those eyebrow, hair, maybe eyes or nose kind of structures there, right? Okay, so it looks like they don't actually submit those videos yet. All right, so submit those videos, okay. All right, guys. So any questions so far? Do you have any questions there, guys? On our methods, techniques, how to start with it? Guys, you have questions or not? All right. Yes, drawing in Photoshop there, right, okay. If you seem to use other than Photoshop, you guys can try that, right, okay. If you use Paint Tool side, okay, use the pencil brushes that I remember, right, okay. They have the very nice kind of drawing strokes from there, right, okay. But I recommend for you guys to use Photoshop, right, okay. Okay, if you don't have any tablet that Junbin, draw using pencils there first, but it's quite difficult a bit there, okay, because you have to draw side by side there, okay, or in front of you guys, okay. I want to see how you move your hands there, okay, to draw based on, okay. Excuse me, so can you show me one more time how to draw? Wait up, wait, Kong there, okay. Draw the hair, okay, the hair, okay. Same thing. How actually you comb the hair, Wei Kong? How you comb those hair there, right? Like this one, or like this one there, right? Softly, okay. Move your hand softly, okay. Most of the drawing methods and techniques that we're going to use, okay. For example, right here. Let me share the screen back again. All right. Yes, Junbin, yeah. Okay, draw using your hand, right? Okay, to draw there, right? Commando. I don't have tablet. Draw on paper. Yes, you can draw on papers there first, there, okay. Don't draw using mouse there, right? Take a look here, okay. How actually I draw those hair there, okay. See the movements of my hands when I draw them. My cursor there, right? All right, softly move your hands, right, okay, according to those lines and strokes, right? See? Control the pressures well, right, okay, when you draw them. Of course, from this side, basically, sometimes you cannot see those details there, okay? What you can do, increase a little bit on the shapes, increase a little bit on the opacity, okay? Then you can see the jaw line over here. Right, the jaw line there, okay, when you draw them there, okay. Normally when I draw those line, I'm going to draw basically the jaw line altogether there. See the strokes over here. Oops, I draw basically on that layer there, right? My bad there, right? Put a line over here, right? Sometimes I can press a little bit, but the line work that I produce is very sharp there, right? And had that quality of line that we want. See? The quality of line that we want there, guys, okay? Well, we want to produce those line works there. So how actually I draw the hair? See that right here from here. Check back again. You can reduce the opacities. Oops. You know how to operate Photoshop there, right? There. You have learned how to operate Photoshop there, right? Control your line very well there, right? Some of the line works over here. Use multiple kind of methods that actually works. Same goes to here there, right? Okay, for the start, sometimes a little bit kind of difficult, okay, for you to develop that kind of understanding to draw the strokes there, right? But move according to the flows of the hair there, guys. Move according to the flows of the hair, right? And control the pressures really well when it comes to draw the line and strokes over here. Okay? Right? That's how it goes there, right? For the shadings, normally when I shadings, right, okay, I increase the size. I can use different kind of flows of shadings there, okay, but still using the movements, the flows of the hairline, okay. I didn't shadings like this one there, right? Okay, never shade, right, okay, differently from the flows of your subject matters, of the flows of those hair or any subject matters, right, okay, or structures itself there, right, okay. Even though I want to shade the right, okay, I'm shading the right, okay. I will shade slowly, right, okay. That works. See? Control the pressure. Learn to control the pressure when you draw using those tablets, right, okay. If you seem to use, or if you seem to draw using those kind of what we call that, charcoal or pencils, there, right, okay. Let me show you guys here. I don't know whether you guys have seen these kind of demonstrations there, okay, but if you did not watch those videos there, please basically go into these channels back again. Check look how actually I draw basically these photos over here. All right. How I start to draw the hair, the what we call the eyebrows there, okay. How to handle the tools, etc. At the same time there, right? Okay. Watch them back, guys. Okay. I don't know whether you guys have watched these videos there, right? Because I already uploaded them last week here. Okay. Manually, if you use Junbin, if you use pencil there, okay, and papers there to draw, check look how actually I draw those kind of lines there, right? All right. And of course, I want to show you guys, okay, how to set up your files there first. Okay, open up new files. I'm using 150 dpi there, guys. Normally, when we set up the files, are going to be 300 dpi there, right? But for our exercise, I'm using 150 dpi. One of the reason is because when you increase the size of those resolutions, okay, the thing that you have to remember there, right, okay, the ratio size of your movements and your brushes are going to be different than what you've seen from my demonstrations over here, because the more big resolutions, the higher kind of quality that you can get from your kind of what we call that result of your works, but they're going to be affect also your movements there, the strength, the pressure there, okay? They can be affected from there. That's why this is only for my exercise, not only for the entire project. The guys, don't get confused. Please don't get confused there, okay? Because normally the standard size that you learned before is 300 dpi. Maintain them. But for our exercise only, I'm going to use 150 dpi because easy for me and also for the student to learn, to get used with the motions of your strokes there, okay? Especially when you use this tablet there, guys. Because they're going to be a very technical kind of what we call that, the accountability of those kind of pressure, movements, feel there, right, okay? That you're actually going to be apply strokes that you're going to use there, okay, on those kind of the whole process of drawings there, okay? They're going to be affected, okay? For some people actually who not basically get used with that kind of pressures, it might going to be have difficulties sometimes that works. That's why I'm using 150 dpi, right? Okay. The setting format, okay, for the orientations, of course, if you use this kind of images that I give you guys, they have to use in portrait kind of format like this one, okay? And the size are going to be in A4 size that I'm using, 8 by 11 inch. You guys can use centimeter if you want to there, okay? But I'm using inches there, okay? 8 by 11 inch there, okay? So, but if you saw basically my format right here is a landscape because I do some demonstrations sometime in the left side there, okay? So it will give basically more, for me basically to have more space, okay? But for you guys, the format are going to be A4 size, portrait kind of format, easy for you to remember there, okay? To use on that, okay? All right, and of course, if you use 300 dpi, right, 300 dpi, okay, per resolutions, sometimes the shadings, the areas that you shade there, okay, is a little bit more huge than the ratio, that the normal ratio that we use right now in 150 there, okay. That means you cannot use the same kind of ratio size that I use right now, because for example, for drawing, I'm using around 10 to 8 or 9 kind of point size, right? For 300 dpi, sometimes you have to increase a bit, around 20 maybe there, right? They're going to be affected basically your size of drawings there. For example, like here, okay, if I'm using a 300 dpi, if I want to draw something right here, right, 20 is more convenience. If I use 10 points, they're going to be more smaller size, right? See? And that's why you get the very thin kind of strokes over here. It doesn't mean wrong, okay, but sometimes you cannot get the feel that you want that I actually have. You have seen from my demonstration that they're not going to be the same there, guys. All right, I'm using 10 point. I can get a very soft kind of strokes over here. But if I want to more thinner, I'm going to change into 7 or 5 there, right? Okay, difference there. But different than the 300 dpi's over here. These are going to be around 6 point there, okay, size. 10 points are going to be right here, okay. You can have to press a little bit, but 20 point is more similar to those 10 point when I'm using those 150 dpi there. They're going to be different there, guys, okay. That's why you must be able to understand and learn to get used with all this kind of different kind of ratio and size also when it comes to digital kind of format or setting there, right? Okay. All right. Any questions from there? Sir, just now, little kids. Okay, right, kids and John. Missed the attendance there. Where is Zhen Xiong there, Mrs. Wonder, right? Okay. Good. Thank you very much, Zhen Xiong there. So for the ink brush, I use Cloud Ultimate Ink Thick and Thin. Okay, what are the difference there? Okay, Qianren, can you actually share your screen for our half an hour sessions over here? So I can see how actually do those work there, right? Okay. Okay, Qianren. The rest of you guys continue those exercise. Don't forget to submit over here inside our Google Classrooms. In our basically WhatsApp group later on there. I saw one of the members from the group too actually have submit them. Okay. Car Ultimate Pencil Heart. You can try them, right? Okay? But you can mix it up later on, right? Okay? Using the pencil heart and also the line work for those ink brushes there. But at the moment, use pencil heart there first because it's similar to the pencil traditional kind of methods there, right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. After that, you can actually mix them around.
So
I just want to see how. I just want to see your
ink brush
scribbles
is
there.
your one.
What is it, Etienne?
The brush ink brush.
The ink brushes there. Okay. I'm using basically. What right, okay? Thick and thin there, okay? Ultimate thick and thin there. Okay.
This
Yes. Can you click them and then try to draw something from your drawings, from your surface there, right?
Okay.
From your screen. Why doesn't have those kind of strokes there, right? Did you install the drivers there?
Yes.
Yeah. You draw on top of the layer, is it?
On the top, yeah.
Click the layer. Oh no, okay, yeah, you top layers there, right? Okay, let me check there, okay, because doesn't have any kind of strokes there, right? Because I never changed those settings here. But the flows are going to be around 80%, but I never changed any opacities on my thick and thin kind of stroke there. And by looking at your screen over here, we cannot see this kind of, some of the line works doesn't have any pressure strokes there, right? Okay, can you choose back again Ultimate Pencil Heart?
Pencil heart.
I try to draw on the stroke itself, okay? Draw the drawing stroke. I don't draw the line stroke, okay? Drawing stroke, okay? The shading thing and the cross etchings, all the line strokes there, right? I want to see that, okay? Using basically reference, easy, right? Sometimes don't have any reference, you cannot actually draw right there, right? You install the driver correctly.
I have installed right.
You already installed the driver, according to your window there, right? Window version, right? Okay, this version of this Photoshop, what are the version that you have there right now?
2021.
How much do you buy them?
Hmm?
How much do you bought them?
I bought 10 ringgit only.
10 ringgit, right?
Oh.
Okay, if you have the something like, if you can get an old version a bit, like around 2017 or 18, right?
Okay.
And then you install back again and see the difference there, okay, whether they have an effect, different effects or not, okay? Because I never changed the setting there, okay? Because some of the students, they might going to change the setting now, right, on your brush, but normally this is what I actually experienced, guys, okay? When I actually buy any kind of what we call that tablets that I install in my device, I never change basically my setting of those brushes. That I never change them, right? Okay? Even though some of the artists love to change their setting according to what they need, okay, but I don't find any relevant, any kind of what we call that difference there if I have to change the set, unless there is a problem with our tablet lah. But that's rarely going to be happens, okay? But by looking at your drawings of him, they still have the strokes there, okay? But sometimes our tablets were not compatible with the version of this Photoshop. I don't know what happens from there. But what kind of tablet that you have here, that you use? What kind of brand?
I use Wacom.
Wacom, shouldn't have any problems there, okay? All right, now, okay, Chen Ren, can you actually open up back again our exercise reference and draw back again on top of those layers there. I want to see how actually you work on that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sir, I stop sharing.
Hey, share lah, your screen. You want to see that, right? How actually you do those
Okay.
ones. All right, don't worry there. Everyone will start somewhere, okay? Close this one. Don't forget to save your main files there, right? That you're going to do those demos there. Okay, delete this one. The first again. That file that you use can use it, right? Can be used there, right? What size of this format there, right? What size of this format there, right? The canvas size.
This breakout
The size of this format there, right?
format is 115 ppi.
Can you go back into those image? Click to the image there, right? On top of it. On top of the screen there, on your applications. This one, basically, why you don't use this one, right? This file.
But
Or
this is 13 ppi. I create new is 13 ppi.
13.
No,
Can I see those images?
process is using 115 ppi.
150.
So
Okay.
this is 13 300 ppi.
300 dpi lah. Okay, close them.
So I change a new.
Just close them, right? You don't have to use open up a lot of files there. Then you get confused there. Close the right. Okay. Sometimes you can actually add new layers just to test the brush there, right? Okay. Add new layer. Save the file there first there. Then right. Control S, save the files there. Save the file there first. Control S, control keyboard, okay? Let me show you guys here. Control S, okay? Click Control and S there, right? You save the files into one folder there, right? Okay. For the exercise there, week 5 exercise, for example, for introduction to illustration books. Name your files there, right? You haven't saved your files here.
I save. I have a save.
Save untitled lah. Save name lah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. Don't make that kind of habit there. Okay. When you save your files, right? Save as there. Okay. Save as. File. Save as. Not save your as there. Okay. Save as there. Right. File. Save as. Okay. Click to the files there. Right. Save as. Okay. Put in week 5. Exercise number 1, for example, right? Okay, put your name maybe, okay? STR there, okay? For example, there, okay? Then you know basically the names there, okay? Name properly there, okay? Even though I didn't actually give you guys some of the properly kind of name there, okay, for you guys yet, but you can actually put it, okay? Week 5 or W5, okay? EX1 basically, then put your name there, okay? STR there, okay? For example, there. Simple as that. All right. So be more proper on your naming files, guys. Sometimes I kind of forget to give you guys more proper kind of way there, okay? Because I more focus more on the techniques and also more focus on your individual kind of skills there. But if I can remember, I will give you guys some proper kind of names there, okay? Those are the things. Okay, right now, start continue to do those works there. Show us how actually you draw the hairline first. Sorry, okay, the eyebrow there first. Okay, you can see basically you have that kind of strokes there, good. Try to add a little bit basically on the quality of line, okay, during your drawing strokes there, right? During you doing those drawing strokes there. Don't knock so hard, basically, okay, Tianren. Tianren. The other thing there, okay, the color that you use there, okay, for your drawings here is gray, not black, right? Can you see?
Okay.
All right. Change there, right? Don't delete. Okay, don't worry. Don't delete there. Okay, just draw on top of it back again. Tianren, don't delete lah. All right, build up those confidence there, right? Huh? Zoom in a little bit there, Tianren. Zoom in a little bit there. Can you see, guys, okay, how actually I conduct those kind of, even though a little bit kind of harsh sometimes there, okay? But the only way basically you can actually develop this kind of confidence, yes, I have to go through with it, okay? Oh, you have a very strong kind of stroke, Tianren, okay? I can hear the voice, the sound there, okay?
Because I bet if part is working.
Yeah? It's okay, okay? Okay, work on that.
Missing
Continue,
it
okay?
working for my neighbors.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's okay, all right. Just this, right? Okay, continue to work. I want to see those kind of drawing stroke there, guys. Take a look, okay, how actually your friend actually working on it. Okay, I'm going to stop you guys, okay, around, I think around 1 o'clock there, okay? And then I'm going to show you guys a bit on the demo back again. Learn to control the pressure and strokes with this exercise there first, guys, okay? By using the tablets there. For June Beam, right? Take a look on my demos over here, okay? How actually I draw portrait, okay? Using those charcoals. Hopefully you can see basically how actually I managed to work on those kind of line and stroke at the same time there, right? Look carefully, okay, Tianwen, how actually I draw the nose line there. Let me resume my sharing screen. Look carefully how actually I draw the nose line. I didn't draw those line works at this middle of those nose strokes there, right? I'm only shade them up. Okay, I only shade them up there, okay, shadings there. The line works are going to be continued right here. See? No line works in the middle of those nose line, okay? Except when you draw from side profile or 3/4 view. Okay, guys? Take a look nicely here and learn from there. Okay. Now we see how actually, right, our friend working on it. Jimin, how is it? Okay, guys. Drawing with pencils there. How is it? Is it okay? You want to share some of your demonstrations on screen on those hands? How actually you draw them back? Yes, Jinbin, from our brief there, okay, there was 3 different kind of drawings there, okay. A human face, bobcat, and also a tree there, okay. You can choose there, okay, for this exercise for today, and then you can redraw back again. When actually you're going to get those tablets there, Jinbin? All right, from this exercise, guys, remember one thing. We not just learn back again how to use the tools, the tablet itself, okay, but we learn also to improve our drawing skills there by using basically this tablet there, right? Okay, so make sure that, okay, the tablet that you use are going to make your drawing more better than your traditional one there, right? Okay, when you draw using traditional, okay, not making more worse there, right? Okay, according to the system that we made right now. Okay, remember that, okay, don't have set your mind properly, okay, when you start to use technologies there, it's supposed to make your drawings more better. Even though the knowledge that you have is not that quite far from what actually have been experienced and exposed, okay, for so many years, but you can find some similarity and some understanding and relevant kind of works there from there. You can find a lot of relevant kind of works from there, okay? You can develop more kind of improvement from what you used to develop from traditional there, okay? But of course, we have to go through back again later on, okay? And of course, okay, develop that kind of understanding by controlling the strokes and confidence at the same times. Confidence there at the same time there, right? So, right now I'm looking through some of your friends' works over here. Try not to combine between the middle, the end of line from those lower lips and the upper lips together directly. When you draw the teeth, try to make a very soft kind of line there, but there is a few number kind of volume of tone. All right. What basically Tianwen actually have done is almost correct. Okay, good. The best way, draw the line for the lips and mouth that first directly. But don't be afraid to draw the line works that way. Tianwen.
Okay, sir.
Whatever that you're going to do for this reference, okay, remember we don't trace them, we draw on top of it. So the line drawings, the technique of drawing has to be applied from here, not the technique of tracings there. So basically we don't trace them, but we draw on top of it. Xiao Hu is here, not here, right? Shavin, Cayenne, and Wei Hong. Kyo Wei Hong is here, right? Cayenne is here, right? Okay. Why don't you actually write? Remind me there, guys. 消费是消费，消费衰消费。Why you have to change the flow there, okay, Tianren? For shadings. Right. Apply the same brushes there, okay? And try to shade the shadows using the same pencil hard brushes. I want to see there, okay? How you shade them up.
I using pencil to do the shadow.
Yes.
Okay.
Still using shadow pencil to apply the shadows there. Softly there, okay? Change the size at the same time, okay? But we don't shade basically on our hairline there first for those eyebrow there, okay? Only the areas of the shadings from the skin there first. Try to reduce a bit on your pressure, okay? When you actually, right, when you guys actually add some shading, just like when you're rubbing softly on your skin there, okay? When you're rubbing on your skin there, okay? When you put some sort of like some liquid, some lotions there, okay? For example, okay? How you rub them, right? Slowly there, right? Same goes to these techniques here when you shade them, those shadings there, using the pencil or any kind of what we call that brush that you're going to use in the future there, right? I can see that you actually have control a bit more further on the shadings there. Good there, right? Okay, take a look at guys, okay, how actually your friend work on it, okay? Because your friend right here, Tian Ren, has the average kind of skills there. So hopefully with this exercise can improve a bit more further on your techniques at the same time there, right? Okay. But don't be afraid to experiment and improvise the technique at the same time there, okay? Sometimes when you draw the stroke, don't be afraid to move a little bit more further on the quality of line to develop that quality of line. Oh, 1 o'clock already there, right? Can you draw the eyes there, Tianwen? I want to see how you draw the pupil, the detail of those eyes. I remember, guys, when you shade those shadings for the pupil or some of the dark tone for those, what we call that, the core shadows there, okay, that you saw there, right? Okay. Make sure you apply also, okay, from these shadings there, okay. You can basically apply a different kind of size of point size of your ratio of your brushes there, right? To add a little bit kind of detailing, but try to leave also some of the areas of those what we call that reflections kind of light, okay, from those elements that you want to shade there, okay. Well, right now I saw basically Jing Jing actually have sent over the videos there. Jing Jing, good. When you draw the hairline, Jing Jing, right, okay, make sure you draw the hairline just like you comb your hair there, okay, but zoom in a little bit, okay, zoom in a little bit to focus on some of the detail of those areas there, Jing Jing.
Okay.
Okay, don't draw your hairline look like a what we call that, like a hard kind of broom or brush, kind of broom brush there, okay. You know the broom brush there, okay, a bit kind of harder, okay.
Yeah.
It has to be look soft there. Some of the dark tone, right, okay, you can increase the size a little bit and shades them. Shades them there, right, okay. When you draw the lips there, Jing Jing, look like you draw the lips like this one there, right? Not using the tone itself, okay? Close them, close up a bit, right, okay? I know that you draw a bit quite fast over here, right, okay? It's not basically a time slap, right?
Yeah, no.
But when you draw them, okay, try to zoom in a little bit for some of the areas there. You zoom in there, okay, just like you saw Tian Ren do it right now, right?
Yeah.
Then you can focus more on the detail of the stroke itself, right here.
Okay.
Okay, when I draw, basically, you saw basically how I draw just now, okay? I did not actually write just only using one position only to show basically my kind of detailing there. I zoom in a little bit, that's why we use digital, we can zoom in, right? Zoom in a little bit more closest, and then you can focus on the strokes line back again, right? I think the line looks okay. You have that kind of confidence there, but the thing is, try to zoom in a little bit, then you can focus more on those details. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you, there, Jing Jing, there, right? The eyebrow there, Tianren, can you actually add a bit kind of detailings on the on the hairline strokes there. For the eyebrows, on the left side that you draw the shadings just now there, right? Try to draw basically the detailing on those hairline and strokes.
So
According
roll,
to
roll
the
the hair.
reference there.
Okay.
Yeah. The eyebrow there, right? The eyebrows here. Before you're
Oh.
going to draw the hairline, right?
And
Before
the
you go to draw the hair strokes, draw the eyebrow strokes directly from
okay, I
the
try.
fur on the hairline there, right? So while you look also, while you actually write, watch basically how your friend working on it, okay? If you can improve further on his techniques, okay, to your drawings, go ahead, guys, okay? Because it's a very kind of what we call important for us to watch some people draw, and if you seem to show some of the mistakes, then you will improve more on your drawings there, okay? Or you saw some of the new techniques, new methods that you guys can apply also from there, from watching them, okay? Then you can apply them back also there. So it's important for us to watch other people do the works there, okay? Other than you learn about the techniques, okay, the methods at the same time there. What I felt sometimes worried there, okay, because this exercise were not that quite difficult there, but it will contain for you to develop that kind of understanding at the same times, while basically you develop that kind of methods or techniques of using the tools there. But the more challenges are going to be faced later on when you start to draw from out of your kind of understanding on the shapes without any reference there. Okay, you start to develop your way of working with the tools directly to draw the shapes, the structures back again before you add those details. It will be difficult sometime, okay, if you don't actually practice the methods of controlling the strokes in the right way there. And if you seem to have that kind of get used to the tools there, okay, try not to go back into your old habits of drawing there. the size of those hairline point size, okay, a bit kind of small there, okay. You can actually use 9%, 9 point or 10 point there, okay, for the hairline there, okay, because it's too thin there, okay, too thin for the strokes there.
Okay, sir.
There, right? There you can get it right there from there. If you use 150 dpi resolutions there, right? Hopefully this music doesn't have any copyright, right? I don't see you draw those hairline for those eyebrow there, okay, Tian Ren. The eyebrow there, okay. Okay, let me actually share my screen there, okay. You guys see there, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, check look here there, okay. Back again. The eyebrow there, okay, when I draw there, okay. Let's just see that when you actually have paint like this one there, okay. For example, right, okay. Some people actually have accidentally paint like this one, okay. How actually you're going to cover them back again? Okay. See the way I move my hands over here. Okay. Quite very quick and fast, right? Okay. But basically those line, okay, the stroke were not that kind hard there, right? Okay. So how actually going to manage to improve on this kind of line there, okay? I'm using erasers. Take a look here, guys. I'm not erasing, but I try to add some highlight from here. Reduce a bit kind of what we call that my opaque kind of shadings there. Okay. Okay. This is how actually you can actually manage to develop back again your kind of strokes there, right? We're using erasers, but not to erase our mistakes there, right? But to add some highlights over there. See? This is one of the techniques that we actually use basically in traditional medias, right? To develop basically our what we call that our highlight kind of strokes there for the eyebrows, okay? For any kind of occasion sometimes, okay? Because sometimes, okay, we have that kind of what we shade too much on the shadings on the hair like this one there, right? So how actually we're going to improve them using erasers? See? We not erase them, but we draw the hairline strokes there, okay, for the hair. This is also one of the techniques, but according to the highlight areas from those reference there. Don't just simply draw them, okay, without get those kind of reference first when you draw them, right? Okay? The nose shape there, okay, when I draw there, okay, the nose shape there, okay, see? This is basically the nose shape there, okay? Structures, some of the detailings there, okay? Sometimes I'm adding different kind of strokes over here, see? Like cross-hatching kind of techniques there, right, okay, to work with it. Okay. to add a bit kind of volume of tone at the same time there, okay? But never draw the nose look like this one there, okay? Some people draw the nose look like this one there. Where is it? Okay, some people, okay, will draw the nose look like this. Okay, they draw the nose like this one there, right? I don't know where they get this kind of line there, okay, to draw the nose. If you want to draw a styles of illustration in the futures, yes, but at the time being, I didn't draw like that, guys, okay? Even though you see from the shadows, we're not going to be look like that, okay? So don't make that kind of mistakes there when you draw there, right, okay? So take a look here, okay? From these areas that you can see the common kind of line, what we call that tone, volume of tone there, okay? They're going to be in highlights over here, a refraction light there, okay? So it's not actually going to be pure dark kind of tones over here, okay? So when you paint it up back again, or when you shade them out, okay? Adjust the size. You see, I will move my hands, okay? Take a look how actually I move my hands. I move my hands to this side there, okay? But not paint like this one there, okay? Or paint like this one there, okay? Move according to the form of your structures when you saw them there, okay? The flows itself. Just like when you draw or paint your hair there, okay? Sometimes I move the shadings a bit more like this one, but softly there, okay? And move back again to that kind of flows of those structures that used to mend there, okay? The directions itself there, right? When you paint it up, okay? Slowly move them there, okay? Slowly there, okay? And render them up, right, okay? According to the strokes that you saw, okay? Right? This session basically, this exercise will give you guys a bit kind of, it meant to develop your understanding how to solve some of the problems while you paint or while you draw the right. But you have to look with your eyes carefully when you blend them up there. Okay. One of the best way also for me to work the record, I'm going to duplicate like this one. Okay, and then I'm going to what we call that scale a bit smaller right here. And then I'm going to increase back again those opacities so I can see more clear from side by side there, okay? How actually I'm going to render them back, okay? Those kind of shadows there. They give me more kind of what we call that, more kind of clear kind of understanding over here. Increase the size a bit. I'm using the size of it to be around 90 there, okay, sometimes there, okay, to cover some of the huge areas over here. Don't worry about some of the area that you paint are going to be covered this part there, right, okay. You can actually erase or what we call that, adjust a bit more later on there, right, okay. See there, guys? Adjust the size a bit. Just now you saw, right, your friend just now, okay? She just draw from these positions there, okay? That's why you cannot actually get some sort of like detailing there, okay? You have to zoom in a little bit there, okay, to work on that. But not too much. Okay, just to have, okay, the kind of detailing that you want according to the tone that you have been developing. Okay, change the size a bit there, okay, sometimes. Okay? So to get as close as you can, okay, they need more time here, okay. So for those, okay, for most of you guys who actually learn illustrations, it's good for you to get as close as you can for your techniques there, okay, for your rendering there. Even though I basically nowadays it's hard for me to focus to draw some of the detailed illustrations like this anymore there, okay. I'm only doing basically for my lessons only there. because my kind of works normally is more simplified nowadays. Okay? I try to simplify a little bit on my kind of styles and stroke there. Okay? According to my practicality on my times and my kind of interest on the work at the same time there. Right? But it's good for the beginners like you guys to develop this kind of way of working discipline there, right, guys? That's why because this one basically is good for the beginners and also for those who actually really want to learn digital strategy, not just by learning the styles only, but learning how to using and manage the tools at the same time there, right? Yeah. So, okay, one of the areas, one of the things that we normally use, right? Okay, we use the Lasso tool to crop some of the area, but I don't want to focus on that yet, right? Because they're getting too much kind of what we call that kind of methods that we have to learn in a short time there, right? Okay, that's why I did not basically want to mix them up with a lot of difficult fancy kind of tools yet. As you learn also some of the methods and techniques in image manipulations here. So if I want to make some sort of like some of the line works for the hair, right here, right? So I'm going to apply this kind of methods over here. If I have this kind of tablet maybe 25 years back there, okay, maybe there's a lot of things also I can use also I can actually do for my assignments there, guys. That's a quite privilege nowadays. You have this kind of opportunity to work on that, okay, on this tablet here. So look carefully to your reference while you draw them, all right? Okay, not everything that you draw has to be in the very core kind of shadows there, okay? So carefully when you render them back there, right? But our time that we have there, okay, normally in our time there, okay, in my time basically, okay, it's hard basically to get this kind of detailing there. We draw basically not by using those kind of that technologies there, okay, we're relying purely on our observations kind of skills and methods of understanding at the same time. Okay? I try to give you guys basically, right, okay, both kind of experience there, okay, when it comes to develop basically the skills that you in illustrations. But of course, some of the time we have to improvise a little bit. Okay? Take a look how actually I move my hands over here to draw them. Some of the areas there, actually some shadings, line, right? Okay, this part basically, right? Okay, they always have the core shadow combined with the other parts of those kind of what we call that reflections, kind of shadows at the same time. There, right? Okay, all right. So the more that you actually focus on the areas on the shading there, okay, the more you will get basically closest to those realistic kind of looks there, okay, in your drawings here. Sometimes I moving, circling around like here, there, okay, circling around there, according to the surface that we want to apply, okay, on the shadings at the same time. Always look carefully to those areas that you want to shade there. The more closer that you look at your reference, that you can see some of the details that you should basically apply, okay, from your drawings. But adjust the size all the time, right? According to the surface that you want to paint and draw there, right? I'm using only one or two brushes. One brushes basically right now. Because I want to make sure that you guys can learn to control first the brushes in the right way. Okay. Sometimes I try to improvise a little bit on what I see, not just try to copy exactly the, okay, but still can be look right there, okay, because in drawing and illustrations, we have the license to improvise the thing that we saw, okay, but don't try to make the proportion out first, okay, when we start to paint it up, right? And of course, in every single tone that we want to apply that, okay, it has to be a depth of fields, volume of tone that we're going to apply, and contrast at the same time. Okay, we can see the difference between lips and also the skin tone has to be contrasted. Okay, have a contrast kind of look there. Okay, on the shading itself. See, right now I'm shading basically those shadows there for the nose. Even though I can use different kind of brushes right here, okay, like soft brushes to work on that, but for the purpose of this exercise, I don't want for you guys to explore too much of brushes there first, okay? Sometimes we get confused on it. Because from these new versions of Photoshop that I have right around, but not the new versions like you guys get around 2017, okay? But the brushes is almost the same. I can see that these brushes is quite useful for the new students to explore basically the methods and techniques that are when using those tablets. Look carefully how actually I paint and shade basically the eyes itself there, right? Okay, without using layers there, okay? I'm focusing on side-by-side kind of methods that you get to work with it, guys, okay? That's how basically we also can apply and develop that kind of understanding at the same time, there, guys, okay, to work with it. Okay? Any questions? Anything, okay, that you want to share there, right? Have you sent it over here? 7. Oh, I can see a lot of people actually have sent it over there. This one from, who is it? Okay, let me put it over here. Check back again the jawline from these drawings over here there again. This part there again. Because otherwise you're going to look your drawings more like out of proportions there. Look carefully to your reference. Right now, why actually you draw on the background there, right? Why you draw on the background? I didn't draw on the background there, okay? I draw on top of the layers there. I apply different layers there, okay? So redraw back again there, right? This one is from Brandon there. Brandon, all right?
Okay, sir.
Look back again, my reference. Okay, my layers there, okay? I didn't draw on the backgrounds here, okay? Background leave in white colors there. We only apply 2 layers only there, right? Okay, Brandon? We apply only 2
Yes, sir.
layers only, okay? Backgrounds,
Okay.
and then when you open up your files, like this one there, right? And paste, all right. For example, here, this is the first layers there, okay? Reduce opacities, and then add new layers there. This is the layers that you use to draw, okay? Don't draw on the background there, okay? Don't make that kind of mistakes there, guys. It's really important there, guys, for you guys to know which layer that you're going to draw then. Don't just get caught with it, all right, okay? That's why when you set up your files, check back again, all right? The layers there, all right? So Brandon, redraw back again, all right, okay? And check back again the proportions there, the jaw line from your reference. Don't just simply draw them without looking carefully there, okay? On those layers there, right? This one look okay, okay, on the shape and structures and those confidence kind of line there. From who is it? From Boone there, right? Okay, Brandon, carefully, okay? Redraw back again. Don't worry, is that right? People make mistakes there. This one from who? Junbin there. Junwei. Junbin there, right? Cayenne. You draw on those papers, they're right. Okay, if you can actually sharpen a little bit on your charcoals, more better, right? Cayenne, right? But you have that kind of confidence that I saw from here. All right. But the best way later on when you want to draw like this one there, okay? Draw the basic structures lah, right? Okay, at the same time, there, okay? Looks okay there, Cayenne, right? This what? This one from you, Tian Ren. Looks good there, okay? You have that kind of progressions there, okay? Good, okay? But have to be improved a lot and draw every day there, right? This one from who? From who? Suchi. You can see that you can draw there, okay? The drawing lines quite confident, that good there, right? You can improvise them later on with your own techniques there, all right? Get there, right? But draw every day, and also if you can actually, right, upload your progress in social media, put one account that actually show basically your progression there, guys, and start to expose yourself in the medias there, okay? It's more better there, guys, okay? And you can actually document yourself back again later on, okay? You can see your kind of improvement from time to time, okay? From the first semesters until you graduate, and what you learn in time there, okay? To improve your kind of design and creative kind of skills there, guys. You need to have that kind of purpose, okay, nowadays there, okay? Any questions there so far there, guys? Okay, we saw Brandon. Okay, we saw also, okay, Bing Bing just now there, okay? But the best way, basically, if you want to draw manually, right, okay, traditionally and manually, okay, the best way for you guys to apply, for example, over here, okay, let's just say you have the reference right here, there, right? So what you can do, okay, if you draw side by side like this one there, okay, it's quite hard sometimes, okay, for traditional way, okay, but the best way for me to draw, okay, normally, one of the method that I use, other than I just draw one step, one shape at a time there, okay, I can draw also using this kind of basic structures now. Right. This is the one that we're actually going to apply later on. Okay. For our lessons there. Okay, next week. But I'm going to do a bit more like more constructive kind of line there. Okay. So measure basically the line works. Okay, the alignments at the same times over here. And then I'm going to start to draw basically right here from side by side over here. You draw the shapes of the eyes there first. Normally I'm going to draw the shapes of the eye there first. And then I'm going to draw those eyebrow kind of shapes there. Like this. Roughly there, okay? Roughly there, okay? Measure in between two eyes, there's a one eye right here. That's how actually we measure them, right? Okay. Even though I'm not trying to draw a bit kind of accurate right now. Okay, and then half of the what is called right faces are going to be the nose shapes. So how to draw the nose? Okay, take a look here, right? Okay, circling around one single shape in the middle, and I'm going to draw the nose over here, shapes of it. Yeah. Okay, and then the lips there, okay. In the middle, okay, from nose into the chin, they're going to be in the middle are going to be the mouth there line. And from the mouth line, measure basically the half of it are going to be those lips there. Shapes of it there, right? Okay. There's basically a structures of those lips there, right? So I didn't want to add some details from there. See? That's how we go there, okay? To draw the whole structures there first. And then from here, if you get the measurement right, even though it's not that right now, okay? And rotate a little bit there, okay? Cheat a little bit there, right? Huh? So what I can do, okay? I start to draw the measurement line for those hair. So the shapes of the hair first. Cut the shapes of the hair, right? These are going to be the neck. Because in between the nose, okay, the nose, this is the measurement on the nose, okay? It has to be in this kind of positions there. Nose and eyes, okay? Lips, the what we call that, the lips kind of measurement are going to be in the middle of the eyes there, okay? You have to measure there, okay? Yeah. That's how it goes there, okay? The common kind of structures of human face portrait from side, from front view there, okay? The ears normally, where is it? This is basically the measurement of those ears. If you have the ears like me, they're going to be look like this. Okay, this the alignment of those ears there. Standard ears, okay. We're going to go through next week. Okay, don't worry, guys. So they basically the standard kind of shapes there. Okay, and then from here, normally people will draw basically those what we call that. These are going to be the head, right? So what we can do. We draw the shape there first, guys. Okay, the structure, the shapes of those hair. All right. This is how it goes there, guys. Even though the next came from the cylinders, right? That's how it goes there. So what basically we go through right now, okay, when it comes to draw basically those what we call that, the drawing line. Okay, this is the part of those drawing line kind of structures and strokes that I want you guys to practice here. See, we have that kind of confidence there to draw those kind of basic structures that is. See, we get those basic structures that is, okay, and then I start to draw those, like you say, the pupil there, okay, and also the iris there, right? Not the whole thing there, okay? Not basically the detailing there first. We need to develop the foundations there first, okay, before we're going to add those details there. That's why we need to learn to control the pressure well. Because if we don't learn how to develop to control the pressures really well there, okay? See how actually control the strokes there first. Can you guys see that, guys? Yes or no? Y-O-N there, okay? This is basically the line work that we want to produce there, guys. Before we're going to add more details there, more detailing there, right? Because if you don't control the pressures well, if you don't control the line well there, okay, like this one, the foundation structure there, how come you actually want to add some details there? And if you check, look how actually I did this one. I did not use any erasers there to erase my drawings there. Why? Because the foundation has to be a little bit more light, but it will show basically the structures there, for the whole structure there first, before you're going to add more and more details. Okay, that's basically the aesthetical kind of values that a lot of people doesn't actually learn properly when they want to develop the illustrations techniques. Illustrations kind of matters there, guys. Okay. Okay, guys. Do you get the ideas right now? Do you get the main kind of purpose and objective why we learn all this kind of constructive line, control the strokes here, guys? Okay. So that's the purpose here, guys. Okay, that's why from this exercise that we did, learn to develop how to control the pressures, line, and strokes while you draw those reference. Okay, and don't be afraid to make those movements there, guys. Okay, because that's basically the foundation key form. Because I basically create this kind of methods not for those who really can draw well. Okay, people who can draw, for some of the students that I saw right here at the moments, like your friend over here, Suchi there, right? Or Sushi there, all right? Or some of your friend over here, okay? I would believe that they don't have those kind of problems there later on. Hopefully there, I guess, okay? To engage in different kind of exercise and methods, okay? But for those like Tian Ren, who actually just beginning to learn there, okay? Some of you guys are further, right? You need to apply all these kind of methods carefully. But don't be afraid to develop that kind of stroke and movement at the same time, okay? Because basically, this is basically those advantage for those who actually want to learn, not quite fast, but effective way. But you need to develop more exercise on your own in order to develop that kind of understanding there. I just can provide a proper guide for you if you want to follow that. But without your kind of ability to develop that kind of determination on yourself, develop the kind of confidence and improve more on your drawing skill, enjoying the process of developing your skills by doing a lot of exercise on your own, it won't help that way. Okay, don't be satisfied with what you have when you start to develop that kind of understanding, but do more in order to improve your skills. All right, that's basically that I can give you guys those kind of tips there, okay? Because I do the same thing. Okay, I apply the same kind of routine and methods there, okay, to develop myself, but I still develop every day, okay, after all these years there, right? So if you want to compare my time and yours, okay, it's quite a very huge kind of range of time there, okay, but you can actually develop on your own right now, and you have more time for you to develop that, but don't waste the moment that you have right now. Okay, all right, guys, any questions? The different kind of reference are going to be the same methods there, the same techniques. It's only a different reference only, right? You have 3 different drawing, different kind of reference, right? Okay? But how to handle the tools are going to be the same there, guys. They are not going to be different there. The way that basically I draw this, basically the cats there, right? Are the same. Okay? Are going to be the same there. Okay? This cat which I draw there, okay, are going to be the same there, guys. The same kind of methods there, right, to work. Okay, this one. So we can put the cats right here. basically the same there, guys. The same methods and techniques to control the shadings and shadows there, right? And follows the flows of the fur line of the structures from that reference. Don't try to be lazy. Sometimes people lazy, okay, just render there, right, okay, without look carefully to the basic structures of the flows from the shade, shadows, and form, structures, volume, and tone from those references there. Okay, that's why sometimes you saw people draw cats become like a human eyes and face there, right? Because they don't look carefully from what they see from there, right? Okay, from those references itself there, right? Okay, that's why okay, they don't actually look carefully on what they saw from there. Okay, we need more dedication, we need more patience there to develop that kind of understanding. Right, you have 13 weeks to improve, and then you have another more than a year basically to develop your skills. It's not only one semester, say guys, to develop your illustration and design senses there, right? Okay, any questions, guys? Any kind of inquiries, just put it in our, yes, quality offline there. Okay, we come, yes, that's right. Okay, so any kind of inquiries, thank you guys, okay, for your submissions over here. All right, I'm waiting for another submissions, and look carefully with the nose over here, okay, the nose liner, okay, seems doesn't look right. The nose trails over here, huh? Who is it? This one came from Banda, right? What is this, Jumbin, right? Cartoon, It's not the right way, the Jumbin, right? Okay, using basically the whole kind of structures line there first. Okay, when you have those reference, it's only different reference there. The methods, technique are going to be the same. The way that I'm going to draw those cats, when it comes to draw in manual, try to get those basic structures like this first, foundations there, huh? Don't draw like kids there, right? Okay, Junbin, this one you draw like kids there, right? Okay? You don't apply that methods back again. I didn't teach you to draw like this one, Junbin. At least you use the contour line drawings there, or gesture line drawing styles that get you work with it, okay, maybe. All right?
Okay.
I didn't teach you guys to draw like this one, okay? Remember that this is the old styles of drawing that you're supposed to draw before you enter my class. Don't draw like this. Don't submit these drawings there, right? I don't want to see this kind of drawings here. Okay? It's quite crucial, okay? My kind of what we call that comment, okay? But basically, it's a benefit for you guys there, right? So don't go back into your old habits of drawings there. If you seem have a trouble on your drawing skills, please let me know there, right? All right. So guys, thank you very much for having me today, right? And improve more on your skills at the same time. Junbin, I would say that you have to go back into all my kind of lessons there back again. All right. I have shown you guys a lot of techniques and methods traditionally, okay, that you guys can use to improve your drawing skills there. Junbin, apply them back. Okay. So apply the sketch line drawings at the same time there, right? A lot of people doesn't apply back again the method that I show because they thought this only for the certain kind of exercise. No, there, guys. Please remember back again. All right. Contour line drawing, gesture line drawings is a technique that you have to apply later on for this one. It's a matter of different kind of way of working there, guys. Okay. But I still apply the same methods there when I draw. Right? I still apply the same methods when I draw there, right? That's why I did not use erasers there. To develop that kind of understanding right here. Just to be sure back again. Let's just say you have this kind of this kind of reference there, okay? If I draw using those kind of pencils there, right? Okay, let's just say I'm using a contour line drawings over here. Okay, I'm looking at the reference there, right? Okay, see right now Junbin there, right? When I draw them here. So let's just say you have the hard time to draw or sketch like professional there, okay? Learn the foundation technique back again. This is basically the exercise that we did, basically to develop that your understanding, to look at your reference while you draw. The problem is when you draw just now, you draw according to what you know, that you thought there, okay? That you think, not from what you see there, right? That's why you make those kind of mistakes there, right? Right now, when I draw there, okay, I draw from what I see. Even though the proportion is not right, but we can see the quality of line that we want from here. But comparing to what you produced just now, is highly different there, right? Because I didn't teach you guys to draw like that. Obviously, I didn't draw like that, right? When I draw manually there, okay, this is how actually I draw them. Using the foundations kind of, the fundamental kind of exercise there, right? Huh? Okay. You see my line drawing is over here and yours is not, okay? Comparing the, okay, understanding there, right, to work. Okay, Jumbing, if you have that kind of difficulty, Jumbing, okay, send over your previous drawings. So let me see back again, okay, what are your problems over there, okay? Maybe you need to more extra attention on developing your skill traditionally, and then we're going to work with those digital. Because if you don't improve your drawing skill traditionally, okay, if you have those tablets also, you will apply the same habit. It's pointless there. They're useless basically. You have those tablets. They're not going to be work for you because why? Because your hand doesn't work in the right way. Simple as that. So you have to change the behavior of your drawings before you're going to change the tools there, okay? Because tablet is only a tool there. It's only a tool there. It's not making you smarter there, okay? But you the one who actually going to make those changes there, right? Okay? So guys, thank you very much. All right, Junbin, good luck there, okay? And practice more. You can actually just submit back again later on, okay, on your drawings here, and let me know if you have those kind of problems. And I will get back to you guys later on, okay? You have any problem there, guys? Any kind of inquiries? Any inquiries here, guys? It's hard a bit, right? Okay, okay, but
No, sir.
you have to try it, okay? Right. Thank you very much, there, guys. Okay. Thank you also for your sessions, okay, for your sharing there, Tianren, okay. And I pray for the best of you guys there, okay. Good luck, okay. And also, have a good weekend at the same time. Take care of yourself, okay. I'll see you guys on the next sessions there, right? And please look back again to my demonstrations, to my update there, okay, from time to time there, okay, to work on that. Take care there, right? Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome
you,
there, guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome there, right?